We have everybody on that needs to be on.
I don't think anybody's on, it's just Leslie. I think we have pretty much everybody here. I don't know if Leslie's joined us, but I'll keep that on just in case she hops in. You never know.
Welcome everybody to the JVH House Commission. Thanks everybody for taking your time to come out. It's not really easy, and we're in transition. We appreciate everyone's effort. And please, everyone, do know that we may, once everybody gets sorted and kind of finds a place, I think that you'll find this to be a very energetic group and a great mission. So, do we need to call the meeting to order?
You just did.
All right, there we go.
I just need everybody to sign so when you know who you are, to let out name and email. It's great. Here, pen.
Transition meeting minutes.
Yep.
We have those attached. Take a look at those. Look over if you have any comments or questions. Please, if you could, get back to us.
Thank you, Renee. Need a second.
Perfect, yeah. Who's fair enough?
We need a second.
Second.
I just read it. I'll do it. Second.
Then you have to abstain, you're here. Oh.
I read it.
Okay, great, thank you, Lauren.
Perfect.
We're moving.
So we're gonna go right into transition report. Everybody knows. I did speak to see here. Yeah, absolutely. A transition report. I spoke to Craig, unfortunately, he cannot be here. He has, he's in the finishing touches with the county as far as, I guess there's some legalese that go along with transferring the funds. The county donation over to the Vanderveer. So he is working on that. As I said, we're in the finishing throes. I will probably have Craig speak to you directly so we can get that finalized. Utilities, for all of you that have not met, Stephanie's to my right, and a huge asset to JVH, and we're glad to have her back. And she is our museum coordinator. Really at this point going to help out with transition, and then still be involved in a volunteer on a volunteer basis. But please, if you get a chance to get to know her, she's a valuable asset for us.
Well.
Go ahead.
In 2024, I don't know, 2023, we had about 6 months staff. It was very clear that, we need an administrator. And I used to be in the museum field prior, and then I transitioned, and I'm a personal property appraiser. So I created fine art, antiques, furnishing, jewelry, all of that for things like federal, state tax, donation, and such. So the plan was when I transitioned to museum coordinator that it was a temporary role, just kind of getting us over the hump, and that we would be hiring, I would train someone, but obviously drama got in the way, that didn't happen, and here we are. Yeah.
Thank you so much. But please get a chance to get to know Stephanie. She's a huge asset. The utilities portion of the transition, Stephanie and I will be going over those items and working with Robin to get the transition of the utility designated over to the town. So that way that has a clean, that's turned over to the town in a clean fashion. And I'm happy to share those with anyone that's really interested. It's more kind of the nuts and bolts of the house. Obviously, we work with Jason and his team as well. That would be utility, security, the smoke alarms, that sort of thing. So, but that's the portion of the transition as it relates to utilities. Yes. Someone will, that's more of the utilities we'll have to get with, we use the Purcell Electric. So if we want to get a track of lights, yeah. So we can do that. But yes, to answer your question, that's gonna be really outside the contract. I mean, as terrific as Jason is, he can't be the master of everything. Okay. Museum agreements. I don't know where we are with North Museum.
So I think, I put together, we had an email together, but that was the end of it.
Okay.
And we're gonna draw some paper, then we'll just have a meeting, and then, the township would assume the agreements. Are there any others that you know of?
No, other than
Anything with John Seidel? or-
File foundation. I don't know. If we want to re-inventory the collection that has been donated by generously by a family.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean, I can't put a dollar figure on it, but I can go through and tell you what.
Well, at least we have a list, and maybe that's on file for.
And from it, we just did, there was a need for something, so we threw in an extra chunk and, some artwork was put. I know we purchased the painting over the fireplace outright, but I don't remember whether the foundation contributed to any of the other stuff, so it might be a little loosey-goosey, but furniture-wise, I know it's added.
Okay, all right, terrific. John Seidel, I know there were some rumblings about having him come up. We can further that, maybe talk to him about if there's an event.
Yeah, I will take that one. So I've got a touch base. He has recently left his position at Historic St. Mary's City in Maryland. So he personal address, email, and phone number.
Right.
So he reached out a couple of weeks ago, was out of town. I'll reach back out to him. I'll fill him in on everything and say.
Yeah, he knows, I already spoke to him.
Yeah. And that-
And he has a collection of Revolutionary War books, about 150 books that he'd like to bring to the Vanderveer house, so that's something to discuss at some point, but not now, not for tonight.
That's great.
Can I backtrack a little bit? on
Sure.
things? I noticed that the piece from Sam, the Dutch cost is in the kitchen instead of in the foyer.
Yeah, we'll move that.
Yeah, because I think the one in the foyer is not, isn't it a reproduction?
I think it's a reproduction. Is it a reproduction?
One was donated by the Society of Communal Wars, one is on the New York Museum.
Right.
Period.
Okay.
So
Okay.
where do we want to have the one? Is the one from New York Museum goes in the hallway?
I think so. Goes in this hallway.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
downstairs.
The issue was, it was blocking all the plaques. And someone called it that. The county.
The plaques are on the stairs.
Yeah, it was there at one.
Well, so we always had by the front door, where the stairs, new stairs would have been.
Yeah.
So if you came, so if you came in that, what is the front end of this house, it's on the wall to the right. Before you go into the next one.
If you can just show me which one.
Yeah, I'll do it.
there, Then I'll have them with one of my comments, more removed by Friday. And we'll get that, get that squared away. Thanks for that. So Sean, if you could cover Seidel, let's get back to what his interest is. If we want to have an event, maybe it might be a good time to have some of the members, some of the older guard, if you will, for a cocktail party and have him talk about things. I don't know if that's something that we want to consider. It might be a nice way to kick off say thank you to some of the older, some of the senior members of the group or some of the older group.
I would say that.
That's why I said older, not old. No, not saying it. Just a number. Founding members, there you go. All right, poof. So as far as museum agreements, I think that's that. We will touch base with Newark and follow up with them and see. I know there's a chair that we're waiting to get back from them that was repaired from
Yeah, if we wanted it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Education and outreach, Paula, do you have a yeah,
However, he's asking if we move it to the afternoon, because he's from the Philly area, and it's very difficult for him to get here so early. So I think I discussed that with you.
Yes.
So we're thinking of doing the program from 12 to about 2:30 to 2:40 with the same demonstrators and everything. Same thing, just back and forth.
is Willow in on that as well?
Yeah, so unfortunately, the medical school can't make it because of the scheduling, they have to have their board approve it, and they don't have time. So I told the medical school, we'd be happy to have them in spring, either maybe on the same day as Somerville and we get a whole day event, or I also gave the option of coming to the open house, should we have that for the end of May.
That'd be great.
So I think they probably prefer the school day, the way that always had it, so we'll try to work it out. But so as it stands now, we have one school, which is in 5th grade and 8th grade, so about, I think you said about 90 students. Then we have Willow School, which is 70 students. So we're up to around 105 students. I do have one of the, you might remember her, Sean, the woman that from the docent training, came to the house that day. I forgot her first name now, drawing a blank, but she's offered to come and help. And then Ray and Paul will be there as well, Paul's from Mount Waters. So we'll have the usual people, my husband, you know, he has to come because he's great. So he'll probably be there. But if anybody here can give some time just for crowd control, will you be there or you can?
I'll be there and I'll
Okay.
have other teachers. I do want to take the time to introduce Sue Evans, who's a fellow teacher.
Hello, Sue.
From the Evans School, also who wants to be a part of that.
Terrific. Great.
So yeah, we don't need a huge number of people, but just 1 or 2 extras to help move the students to the stations. But it's looking like we'll have the 3 outdoor stations, the blacksmith, Carl and Ray doing their musket demo, and then Noah just with some children thing. And then we have the 3 in the house. So we have the spinning ladies, the lace ladies, and then me in the middle part of the bedroom. So I think that's a good group. It's not overwhelming, and then we'll work on the spring when the time comes. That might be a bigger day, because that might be a big day.
Paula, what's the date again?
October 15th. So I think you're all okay with me to get back. No one has any projections, I'll just tell everybody what we're gonna do.
So are you still gonna charge $5 a student, or what is the?
No, I mean, well, in the past, we asked for donation, so I don't know if we want to do that.
You know, in the past, I have thought about just trying to be creative when it comes to some of our, getting some funds together. So I will reach out for a couple of folks in the construction industry that I work with and see if we can't have a sponsor for that event. And see if they can donate $1,500 or whatever. I think that's a reasonable ask, and it might help us to just, instead of having some of these bigger events, if we can have some of the smaller ones that are pared down, but have a, key sponsor for that. And then, maybe along with some pictures in the newspaper or whatever the case is. Yes. Definitely, and that way we can get a little bit of, we get a props to somebody that's gonna sponsor that, so I'll check and get back to everyone on that for the next meeting. And I should be able to have some success.
Great thing to- like if we had in the past, photos and,
Right,
couple different things that we can put attached to the letter.
yes,
And then, yeah,
that would be great. And then-
Yeah. any sort of.
Right,
And even if it's not in conjunction with sending a request, we just send it to him, like keep her here and say, oh, we did this and we did that, because it's just better to have more.
no, that's great, so, I think it just makes sense, obviously, we're in the you might as well say, although we've been in existence, it's important and we've had some good feedback the first couple meetings about how to be ingenious and getting the word out there, and then also starting to get monies into our coffers so we can spread that out there for school programs and what have you. Start to share New Jersey history.
Just one thing, but I
Yes.
also like to put your own service to parents listening. Normally we have at home, so each child gets a letter, put in their home folder or whatever.
That's great. Yeah, whatever can, there again, I think, get exposure back to the house, back to the families, to other folks, especially on the school front. I mean, I know everybody's talking pretty, once school gets started. So no, that's a great idea. Thanks for.
Just think about 100 chairs. Millions.
Yep.
And the tent too, right?
Yes, please. That's for an afternoon event, so it's not as critical for, I mean, I don't know, usually you guys have it up and it seems like, 20 dwarves just showed up instead of a tent.
How many chairs are downstairs? Is it quite a few?
You know what else to see, I don't think we hit, yeah,
50 or 60.
Really? You think there's that many?
I think so, when you consider the ones that are in the basement.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's actually down the order of. We see up here, but I don't think there's many more.
Are we normally 150 or how many chairs are we?
So I used to get 30 or 40 at time, but I think we'll need 100 this time, we'll small.
Okay. All right,
With
good.
the schools, again, Willow School and.
Bedminster.
Oh, okay.
Willow's right, is school right in feedback, obviously.
Fingers crossed for sunny weather. We actually did the walk today from school. It was a lovely walk, about a 20-minute walk. Yeah, it was one. The best longer. There was something students would be after the week. That's the one that
What time do the students need to be back to catch bus?
the buses, we start loading around like 3:25. Yeah, so we'll be. Yeah.
Yes. Derek, can you get, look, if you can coming down. Yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning. Take care of that. Yeah, that's terrific.
License, a family bulletin each month, so that we could put, a photo op in there as well.
That's terrific. Anything at the grassroots level that we can, start to get the word out there, and reintroduce the house to the community. It's important. School groups we talked about, general calendar,
So there's attached in your packet, there's an attachment that's just month by month. With the revenue.
Yeah, October's meeting.
5.
Dates are wrong for 11th to 12th.
Oh. Great.
Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, we can do it though today, but.
Thanks, Jason.
That's a good move, Jason, that's good.
With the day.
So the first two.
Yeah. We'll clean this up, but I just want to get something down on paper, so it's month by month. So the school groups, I got that date correct, right? November 15th. Yeah. The others are incorrect, but, so if you want to just kind of run through those, because, Jason and Neil are here to talk specifically about the weekend of the Journey Through the Past, which is also Fall Fest. It's our, community day event. It's going to get pretty crazy here, as I'm sure you've seen before. We're about 5,000 people. Parking is insane. So if you guys want to just talk about how Fall Fest rolls out and what your ideas, and then we can kind of figure out how we roll into that, the Journey Through the Past.
Yeah, so for parking, we're making a few changes from years past. We're actually gonna start and everyone sees the map. On the bottom left-hand corner, we're gonna bring all the cars onto the field via the hike and bike path and bring them around, so we'll know where we can park cars. Last year, there was a huge jam at the end, it took about 15 minutes to get in with the pedestrians crossing, so this way, that right in front of the entrance into the farmer's market and fall fest, that will just be an exit only. So hopefully it speeds everything up.
Right.
So all 5 designated parking areas and the JVH parking for anyone who's here just for journey to the past, they'll be in the grass, right by the house. We'll line it, you know, exactly where they go.
Back there, we're gonna do 2 lines,
Great,
then if you have overflow, we'll do that.
terrific.
Is there gonna be any signage or any direction here?
Yeah, we'll get signs up for you guys.
I mean, we'll be over at Fall Fest as well, so if you find that, you know, you need additional, like, just someone there from JDA, post someone there, that way it's not taking away from Fall Fest. Make sure to get them, you know, back over here.
So the only thing is, I don't know if the people are just gonna come to this event or they're going to both. I mean, if they're going to both, they could park in the bigger field. You know, and just walk over here or walk over there. If they're really just gonna come to the JVH event, you need to tell somebody in the line
Right,
and we'll keep passing them right through.
so maybe it makes sense to have a JDA person over there. So that way, depending on how busy it is, they can help direct people, so it's not take away from, you know.
Because
We'll get signs out too. I mean, we can put them out.
JVH parking, you know.
Right.
So we have some of those here in the basement. We used to have the old, Journey Through the Past banners and signs, and we set up the signs we had made up in Maryland. We used to have it in the basement.
We definitely have that,
Yeah.
and they're not specific, but we also have the arrows.
We gave all the dark banners back to the county.
We do know that.
Some things.
So, but next week, the Heritage Commission, so asking. They would have additional signs of that, which is that.
We did some more time.
Yeah, and I know they always collect signs back right now.
Yeah, drop them off, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it still make you pick everything up down there? Even the little handouts and all that? Yeah.
For sure, you can just get back to, I mean, I'm happy on mobile, I can pick them up and find out. You know, if we need to pick them up in a specific place. I don't know if they have a big, if they ship it to my house or.
Don't,
Okay.
never put them in shit.
Yeah, you have to look at.
Yeah, I've got some. Yeah, just let me know, show them on that one. Yeah. Okay.
They were, go to that. So I don't know if anybody else has any other ideas. I do have one volunteer confirmed, my dedicated colleague Sandra. On Saturday, but if we want to do a. Send it out and people can sign up for slots.
Yeah. Why don't we get that prepared as far as for volunteers for the different future events? So that way, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because otherwise it's just me trying to remember.
No, let's just,
Send it out.
let's put that out there so you know, it can be responded to, people can sign up where they can help out, find thing they can help out. You know, I think at this point, as far as the band is concerned, if we have the house open and we have the, you know, the tours and you know, this is really a time to reintroduce the house and get, you know, get some, get people to know that we're open for business. So,
Maybe,
what's that?
maybe he'll know somebody who can replace the band.
Oh, so who's the band?
It was called Long Hill Strand.
Okay.
They did.
I can send the bands over. We
they
got the
did
farmer's
like
market.
18 minutes of country.
I mean, live music is always, it's always like that. Backdrop, so.
I sent it over to you.
Okay.
The counts.
So, that was good.
Okay.
I don't
So.
think so.
Open for Saturday, and then for Sunday, what do you envision doing Sunday for Weekend Journey Through the Past? Looking for ideas for Sunday as well?
I mean, in the past, we've just been open for tours, but if people have other ideas, they can be there, and, or I can have to reach out to some of the demonstrators that I know, see if the spinning ladies are available.
So I know that that General Knox character was available. He charged between $500. He said he would do it for $450 for us, because he's coming from Philadelphia again. I don't know if you want Henry Knox in the house on Sunday to greet people. Is this room available?
Yeah. So do you know the Lily House in that? So there's a flower farm on Main Street, and it's this little house. This woman is, she sells the flowers and things from that street, but she does weddings. Like I had my daughter's baby shower in her field, it was lovely. She teaches people how to do flower arranging. I'm thinking about reaching out to her for Colonial Christmas, because she does, you know, how to design a Christmas wreath, which, you know, to have something for the moms to do while the kids are doing their arts and crafts, and it's a good thing. I can see she might be available that weekend for Sunday. Maybe she does a little demonstration up here for now. If that
Yeah.
is in your mindset, or if that's too modern a thing.
No, it'd be great. I mean,
Use this room for the cookie thing.
yeah.
And whole bunch of people.
How does everybody feel about the traffic? There's Sunday, good day for that. Should we have it on Saturday?
So the Sunday is usually busier of the 2 days, even though the opening hours are significantly shorter. Over the years, we've generally done Sundays, so we get them coming in, we can carry that. So if that's something.
And I don't know if it's better for her if we just find out. Do the demonstrations with them, or to do, and it's something easier to do, more that I think about.
This group
It's hard for this event, I think.
Yeah, but you don't get it.
Yeah, because it's individual visitors instead of groups. So it makes sense, right? Sometimes people want to clean, or sometimes they want to see a certain area. They'll want to stay for a certain period of time, and they want to stay for an hour, they want to stay. It's all really, that's the visitor.
Yes,
profile.
that's not
It's
right.
extremely, but I love the idea.
Yeah. I'm trying to use it as a form of.
Christmas night would be terrific.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. Do we ever show the video anymore? This, we can,
John Seidel.
yeah. I mean,
Because I think
because if you've got people coming through in shifts, you know, 3 here, there, it's a great thing for museums to do that all the time.
we had it up here in the lumber room, because when we had it in the kitchen, what we found was that it was just really good, because it's a 9-minute animation that was created in 2015. There's a 9-minute and 17-minute version using animation to recreate the walking tone. We had it downstairs in the kitchen. We found out the problem was the traffic flow, that we have the noise from the video with the noise from people doing interpretation, with the noise from doing admissions in there, and we quickly realized we've got a projector, we've had it set up here, we've done that in the past, and I think we should show that if we do that like every half hour.
Or just run some continuous maybe.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
continuous.
Yeah.
Because that is so much fun, and it's fucking animated work with it. It's more animated
And it's a lot of really terrific.
Yeah. Oh. You're going to make a presentation to the board about doing anything. I don't think I think you should do early.
Is there a way to send links to everybody for the 3 new videos?
That's it used to be on it.
Videos are, we've got several collections of videos. We've got a 17-minute version of the Captain video, which has narration, but it has context about the war, about the need for a military academy, and then the animation. We've got the 4th version, which is just the animation. We have 5 or 6 videos that we did in 2020 during COVID. We have a 35-minute video tour of the house when all the museums were closed. We have the 3 new videos. I just checked the website the other day. I think they're there. We could have, and all of these are located on the JD YouTube channel, which I think exists. So that's probably the place if we send people, if we get around, we get a link send around. The JDH YouTube channel, that's the place to go. It's, the videos are, I mean, when it was downstairs in the kitchen, it's a, trust me, it's a great educating tool. You hear the same thing 50 times a day. You really learn everything about the canton by listening to that video, even in the sound. So, but it was, we premiered that over at Trump in 2013, had a big, huge thing. Robin, we over that, do the whole thing. That was an insane.
And that's John, those are with that projector that's downstairs.
They exist, well, they all exist, they're, the native files or digital files,
Okay.
which we have since uploaded to YouTube. State requirements, where the cantonment video goes onto YouTube or someone shares, say, all of the videos are up there because we put them there. But the native format is an MP4, it's a digital file, but
We should
it's
do the
just a
short one though, the long ones.
I agree, we should put the short one up there, people want the long. Here, scan this, and on your phone.
Then we can do a dry run. If you do that.
Let's do that, yeah, because I mean, I need to check the QR code, put it up here, so like if you like this, we've got a whole bunch more videos. And
That's right.
we do. It's an older laptop, we bought about 10 years ago, but all we don't even. It's in that, we put the videos on the on hard drive and we just.
Maybe we can just send it one of the rooms.
And so somebody's like, oh, you're interested in seeing the such and such video, okay, there's also a video, it's a 13-minute introduction to the house. That was part of the historic heritage tourism assessment grant that Donna Harris did for us back in 2012. And that's a 13-minute introduction to the house. One thing that we can do is we can start sharing these on social media. Then just start popping them out like one of these a week and we.
Right.
So
If you could continue what you were doing
List them
prior,
all. I would list.
list them all, but if you can continue on how you're getting hits out there on social media. You know how you were doing it before,
Well, I can access it.
okay,
Access, so I gave it over to. Some full access and I don't know what's access.
Yeah.
all right, well,
Because we should.
we'll get you access, we don't have to go into the details right now. And Sean, those three things I think are good, the county on the signage for Fall Fest and Sidell and the videos, and you can't volunteer for anything else, okay?
The fall fest has the rain date, correct?
Yeah, October 12th.
So that we would have to contend with the same thing on the 12th. That would just be.
Okay.
So then activity wise, you still just wanna make it up the whole weekend just open with the loop running, just
Absolutely,
open house both days?
absolutely.
Do things.
And I'll just make sure I'm available for that, and that's a good event for those of you who are not familiar with the house. And you can shadow with Sean or with Paula, their wealth of knowledge and great doses, so gives you a sense of understanding about the house and New Jersey history and where things came from, so and there are, yeah, there definitely are, so. Yeah, I mean, if everyone, but this Facebook page as well, just if you have a chance, with a cup of coffee or your leisure, just start to become familiar with the house. Because although it seems like it's a little bit disjointed at this point, it will start to gain some momentum and, during some of these house tours, it's valuable. And, there are people that really enjoy you know, they're very rooted in New Jersey history, so it's great when they come by.
Just nobody is born knowing this, don't feel like, oh my God, I don't know this is not some sacred knowledge passed on to your child in a midnight ceremony. Anybody can learn this and anybody can be a good volunteer.
Can we just get back to the agenda where we have, all right, so I think we're okay with then, we can turn into the past, right? How about, the school groups, Paula, you're all set with school groups. Do you have a date for May that you want to do that I could put on the calendar here? There was a springtime event that you said,
So there's the spring school day, which we have in March 8th. Then if we want to do a house, that's a separate thing that we probably talked about, I think, last time, it's being maybe late May.
okay,
But not the dates yet on that, so
okay. So I'll just put tentative for March and April for the school day, right?
Is it too early to lock those in, Paul?
kind of, because I have to see the schools communicate.
Okay.
You know, I have to reach out to them.
Okay, all right, great.
Like I said, weekend journey is 2 days and Saturday is a long day, and that's what I really think. I'm stressed, we need a survey monkey thing, so people can sign up, okay, I'm doing tours from 12 to 2, or I'm doing setup, or I'm doing cleanup, because we can't just have 3 people.
Yeah, it's a
For 2
lot.
days. I mean, it's a lot of work, so
Okay,
that's a lot. That's a lot of time.
I'll take the lead on that and get a volunteer, board up on the email so people can sign up for where you can. And sign up where you can, if it's for a couple hours, whatever it is. Some people will be for a portion of the day, some people in the afternoon, some people break down, set up, but wherever we can help out, it'd be terrific.
Last year was April 9th.
April
So
9th,
I'm
okay.
going to, I mean, I guess I could email the schools now, what the heck, you just say, is April 8th, does that work for you, yes or no? And then, at least we'll have a tentative. And then if we decide to go forward with the open house, we can make that towards the end.
All right, so, the other thing was, Paula, you had brought up, that Outwaters Militia had reached out to you for a meeting. Well, I know I'm jumping ahead, let's go back to November. So November was, the tree lighting. At the last meeting, we decided to push it back to that Thanksgiving weekend when there's people are looking for something to do with their house guests. We used to get a lot of people come to visit that weekend, and so we're not too deep in the season. So, the tree lighting Friday, November 28th, did I get that date right, Jason? Just asking.
Right, is this gonna be a problem? Or what?
Good thing they're not.
They don't go away.
And then, we talked about, colonial Christmas, whatever that turns out to be, that same weekend, the 29th and the 30th. Figuring out what that should look like, right? And then Paula had brought up, asked me to add to the agenda Outwaters Militia meeting here. I know they've been here for a while, they've been coming here for a long time.
No, I mean, they were here last year, but that was the first time that I know of, they were here in quite a while, right?
Yeah, they used to come,
Yeah.
yeah, they used to come here.
Yeah, they used to have, I think it was before my time, yeah. So anyway, they want to have their annual meeting here February 8th, which is Saturday. That's okay with everybody, and then we can all decide what we're gonna do as far as.
So I just reached out to the insurance company, because now it's townships, right? So, just to kind of figure out what we need them to do, as far as providing insurance, and if there's a form, maybe have them fill out, and come up with a form. An application for different entities like that want to use the house. Do you usually charge a fee?
Last year, we were going to ask them for $100, but they didn't have it the day of. And then it ended up that Carl came to the spring school day and we always
It's
give
a
him
wash.
100. So it worked out even,
Okay.
but we can't keep doing that. So we have to figure out what to do or what we're gonna charge them.
I think we're getting some time under our belts before we decide to charge people, but,
Yeah.
all right, so I'll find out for the insurance and what you guys.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if it comes to that, I'm happy to,
It just means somebody needs to open the house and be here.
yeah,
while we're here.
and we have
Which would
a,
be me, because I'm out.
we generally have a cleaning, whatever. But I'm happy to.
Oh, there's a pie out there. It's a very. I forgot to mention that.
I'll, Beth and I will sponsor that, $150 worth that into the house. So, all right, good. And colonial Christmas, should we just cover when we vote on a chair and a co-chair and that sort of thing, or anything?
So,
Okay.
the dates decided upon, just sticking on the calendar, if you just want to go down there. I know the requirement was, before for some of the grants was we had to track zip codes, where visitors were from, right? We had to have the house open at least 3 times a month. So we did, programs one weekend, programs another, and the third we had as an open house, remember? Yeah, so I don't know, if you know, you could just to get the house open, we just have open houses along with other programs, but I just kind of put everything on the calendar. You got February 28th is the Outwater Militia, February 22nd is the Heritage Trail Association's 5 Generals Tour. March 21st is a symposium at Raritan Valley Community College. That's Washington's Middlebrook Cantonment. They expect us to be there. And that's all I have. So, but if you have, I guess we'll have the Education Outreach Committee, we'll fill that all in as we go forward. But that's just where we're at right now. We can talk about colonial Christmas once we elect. Right, so, yeah.
Any other programs? Anybody, any comments? I think that, someone had mentioned about membership. I think that was a great one at the last meeting. So it might make sense that we try to refresh that list. And maybe put as some kind of mass email out, an email list of where we are, other than the what's gone out in the newspaper. But it might be nice to have that email blast out as far as what's happening, maybe a calendar of events, you know, the next.
So what doesn't? Who maintains that now?
I'm sorry.
Who maintains the Friends Man? How do we get a copy of it?
That is,
So I don't know when the last. Something where you sent out an invitation.
right.
Who did that invitation?
I did it.
Oh, you did it. Did it just go to the whole general list, or did you have a donor list that it went to?
Went to the.
Yeah.
That
The
first
general
one.
mailing.
So if we do a colonial Christmas cocktail party or something, it has to be a more contained.
Fine.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, and also we need to figure out how to vet that, because some people unfortunately have passed away, whatever. Yeah, so we need to figure out that. Actually, the guy from Burnersville, Repro, but I call him Budget Print, but it's Burnersville Print. He seems to be a wealth of knowledge about our email list.
Yeah.
Because he seems to know who has passed away. He's like, you know, because he.
So is that on like a download Excel from Donor
Well, there's
Perfect?
2 different things. There's a physical Excel spreadsheet and then there's the e-blast on the website. So I'll try, I mean, you know, website,
Do you know how many people are on it?
no, it's on the top of my head.
Like roughly as
Because when you do an email blast,
it just
it
got
just does
Yeah.
it. So I mean, I'll be looking at sending out the website, it's the friends website, so I'll try to export the e-blast. Prior to that.
Shut down the names that it. Yeah, I mean.
Sorry, I forgot to add that. Told you.
Yeah, because I think we, even if we were a commission, I think we should still maintain the website. Other museums. It's a question of, I mean, but it's, I would. We should still have one, keep the domain name.
Yeah, I think the commission should have it.
Yeah, okay. Did we get the website? Take over friends?
Well,
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a good question. It's a good one.
No, it's been, so we're gonna, that's part of the transition. Yeah.
Then you just.
There was no discussion about that. So the friends have paid for the website for friends. own it, so we are not gonna receive anything.
So we just transfer that to the township. And that is one of the things, because we should, the JVH should have its own website, jvh.org is the domain.
Yeah.
The content has been reduced lately.
Domain.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's why there's ownership. We should go, there's a fairly simple process to transfer, from Technobabble to transfer the ownership of the website to possibly somebody at the township, and then we can find about that, but I think that we've got the domain name, we've got the content, some of the content. Well, we can talk, about the Friends organization, and content about, the Vanderveers, about the Knoxes, about the museum. All of that should be kept. I had the internet archive Wayback Engine index the site about 3 or 4 months ago. So at least the text content has been backed up online, so we have.
Well, I mean, in the interim, until whoever sorts that out, I mean, it could be a sub website to the township website, which is, and then you can just direct things there. Do we have Facebook and Instagram pages?
Yeah. And that's one of the things that we.
And again, are those, who owns those?
Yeah, and we should probably get those transferred over as well. Social media is.
Just the rebranding is all you're doing.
Why don't we, all after the meeting, we'll line the 3 of us get together and we can tap that out, what that process is. Okay? That'd be terrific. That's a huge job.
Did talk to the administrator at the Hills, and she is open, they are open to doing e-blasts for us in the Hills,
That's terrific.
which I thought was, thousands of people.
Right. Is there a newsletter that you're familiar with that goes out?
They do have a new. She said, not everybody reads the newsletter. She was. What?
No one reads our letter.
Yes, and she recommended actually looking at the brochure or something else.
Yeah, so just so you know, right, so just so you know, Neil and I constantly send out content from the township. And our database, the people we outreach to is the schools. We have the Friday folders for the schools. We hit all of the HOAs in the Hills. And we have, whether they send it out or not, we can't always guarantee.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've seen anything from Vanderveer.
Well, I'm saying, I'm talking about the township, now, so remember, the
Yeah.
township is now the vehicle that gets that information out, right, through the JVH, which is a subcommittee, so just like we would send content out to the environmental commission, the board of health, or anything else we would do, recreation, we would do the same for JVH, it's the same type of a thing, so we send all the HOAs, we send to our public alert system, RAVE, which is Bedburn Sewer Alert, we use those platforms on a regular basis. The library, everywhere.
So one, a friend of mine has the majority of the top 2 franchises.
Great.
Spoke with him today. That's a great together. It's growing, that one's growing. But he'll put whatever we need in there.
Yeah, what's that called?
Tap into.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a new hyper. It's growing, I think, in the absence.
Okay.
It's cute, I get it, space, so neat.
That's great.
I can look on my feed and they've got little blurbs of what's going on that day and happy birthday to so-and-so. And it's just a real quick read, but it gives you the link to an article to give you more information.
Subscribe, yeah. I subscribe to such a geographic areas of it. Well, not everything now. See articles. It's a good vehicle.
Can you take a point on the rep with the Hills?
Sure.
And then you put them in touch with me, we can figure out and take that into, maybe I can. Oh, you have it, okay,
She agreed with that.
I should have known.
There would just be one more thing, one more content thing that we send out, which really isn't a big deal. But that would be part of communications kitty, committee, whatever the messaging is.
Right.
And they would just send it to us, and Neil and I would get it out.
File.
It's fine. It's not- I feel like I can send it.
So we don't want to read.
You don't agree.
Maybe you can write the article.
That's what we need.
That's
We need
maybe
content,
right?
push out. We'll push it, somebody can write it.
Okay.
And maybe it's just pictures or whatever too.
Someone's putting it in the content.
Great.
But
We need to be
he
free.
has 3 things already on his plate. Take me out to all. Let's do
Robin said read.
I know you're pushing the content out,
Yes.
we're not getting it. So I'm just wondering if maybe Cynthia or somebody myself could maybe put a little bit of pressure to say,
Absolutely.
because we don't know that you're pushing this stuff out.
Yeah,
This is the first time I've heard of it, because we unless we've done something wrong.
We just don't want to. Just came from a workshop.
What neighborhood?
What else did we just send out? The fires. You didn't get the thing about the fires?
What neighborhood?
Smoke. So you're not talking about the spirit. I heard about that.
Yeah.
So. What I'm saying is we have the way to do it, we just have to let Rob know, she'll push it out.
You know, I'm wondering if it's just like wrong that why you don't get it.
No.
We can figure that out.
So I have a list that I sent to, Whitney and I divide and conquer, right?
You have to, I guess you have to temp.
Probably not.
I'm just down there saying, this is.
But I can't, I mean, we send it out, we ask the HOAs to send it, it's up to them, it's up to the managers to actually send it. But if you or not, I can't. I'm sending it to both.
Oh, okay. So then they, who's not pushing it out to you.
Yeah, so if you can let me know when you send out a mass mailing, I will get on every.
Remember. I'll try to remember. I have a list that's very, very long, I keep adding to, but yes, I'll try to remember.
All right, so we're now, moving right along. The 250th. We want to serve any wine before we vote on these?
When did you want?
Well, I would like your help. And also Sean is at the second meeting. We had a meeting with, do they have a name?
It was a joint meeting. In fact, Gladstone and Morgan. Robin was there and Wendy and I were there to look at joint celebrations on America 250. And we came up with a date before the 4th of July of the 27th of June to do something together. And that hasn't gelled as to exactly what it will be. It's likely to be at the Far Hills Fairground, being that that's really central. It has nice grandstands and some facilities. That doesn't get in the way or preclude us from having a 4th of July function ourselves, but it gets us with a bigger team and how we can be a big part of that mix. Whether we do stuff on that day here or not, I don't know, but it's just starting to come together.
And the bigger team wants to cross-pollinate calendars, cross-pollinate venues or invitation lists or.
That's great.
Yes, right, so one of the theories is we're celebrating America 250 all year long. And we're already in the thick.
No, that's
of it.
good.
It'd be great to push patriotic themes or historic themes everywhere we possibly can.
That's great.
And everywhere throughout the community, and I decided to wear paper. And I'm trying to.
Setting the example.
That was cool.
Maybe that's something that at the next meeting, if committees. I don't know if it's a closed meeting, that some of the people can be involved. Maybe possibly outwarders having a Camden here, that might do some, I mean, that would be very emblematic of JVH and the house and Henry Knox.
And really, I'm glad you said that, because every date, every day, every event is part of America 250.
Right.
We're already in the year, we're already there, and hopefully the sentiment and the patriotism builds throughout. And I think of the farmers market. A lot of people here are involved in the Bedminster Farmers Market, and I know we also have the local Burnsville Farmers Market. That gives us an opportunity for some tie-ins. It gives us maybe some opportunity for some exposure, maybe some patriotic music if you have bands who want to audition in front of Neil. But that's a well.
So should we try to maybe get a little nugget of 250 in all our events this year, you think?
Yeah,
Maybe something?
yes, a
Sure.
little.
You know,
That was going on.
This year, this is what happened.
well, or at least, or inclusive, I think we're gonna come up with some kind of logo.
Yeah.
Logo should be on every bit of correspondence or whatever, and like I said, it's just helping getting involved with other entities in the neighboring communities. So that we can all help market together.
The QR code Washington House is doing in Morristown, we might reach out and see if there's.
That wasn't part of the meeting, but that's a possibility.
Yes, and is there another, I mean,
Pretty much, yeah. The March Chamber is taking the lead through the Tourism Bureau, which is the public with county commissioners from economic development tourism through the chamber. So there's this small committee, and they have quite a few events planned, but the state, the government Parks Commission is kind of, you can say, struggling.
Not really.
Yeah, so a lot of the local historical sites are filling in. Even Mars Museum, traditionally historic site that we're trying to figure out some ways to.
that's great. Participation could snowball. I mean, participation would, when folks do something, they want to find the next thing to do. So that's why I was waxing a little bit poetic. I really want to inject the theme into everything everywhere throughout this year.
Right.
And so that date we came up with as a theme, those three towns, is a good date because it still allows JVH and Bedminster and the Bedminster Farmers Market to do their own thing for the 4th of July weekend. And 4th of July
will go away, so we could capitalize.
right, a lot of people
town.
A lot of people go away, but it doesn't. No, so they'll be here and they'll be active, and we'll have a lot of this group available to do Bedminster specific event and the JVH specific event that weekend if you're up for it.
I think there's an opportunity here to really play on the traditional, let's say, historic aspects of the 250th. Let's say Morris County, I said the Morris County committee is really going more towards a modern twist on it and not really trying to provide that obviously revolutionary experience. And then Hunter County, I'm not participating, but I can support. They're using the previous 350th committee that celebrated Hunter County's 350th. It's lecture heavy. It's like an educational tour. So you're right in the middle of like two vastly different themes, and I think people maybe at this point kind of craving that tradition, historic, like going back to the last.
Say again about the horse.
Well, and the delegate, wasn't it one of the delegates feedback essentially had the same idea? So I'm not saying it's a great original idea, but it's easy to do. The idea is that we could bring somebody down River Road, either on horseback or in a carriage, period, appropriate carriage, and there's lots of great historic carriages in amongst the community around here, horse-drawn carriage. we could have them ride right on here to the JDA. Acting as if I've just come from Philadelphia, with a document in my pocket. And either they could read it, or they could present it to the mayor and ask the mayor to read it. It's reading of the declaration. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes. But we have a dirt road, we have horses, we have people. And you can put, and that's not exactly the way that horses. 3 or 4 weeks or a month later. But it gives you a little dramatic event that might be half hour long. And it's easy to do, and it's in our wheelhouse because we've got the horses and the carriages and the people and the site for something like that. And it's really easy. You could do, I would suggest that be our thing on the 4th, maybe midday, rather than do it in the evening. Look, people are gonna do fireworks events. At places that are gonna upshine whatever we can afford with fireworks, if you wanna do that. So let them, and go to their picnics and their families for dinner, but you're gonna have the farmer's market in the morning till about noon, 1 o'clock. You could do this at 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Everybody could do whatever they're gonna do, and we can have lots of displays, and whatever. And then by 2 or 3 o'clock, everybody's going home and they can do whatever they can do for 4th of July. And people can say, wow, my town did something really appropriate on the 250 day.
And while we're waiting for the first carriage to arrive, we can have colonial parks and games.
You can have all sorts of cool stuff in the brewery, open up the house, people, and anything you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a good place to start. Here we go.
I think 250 years of history, well, I think 250 years of history is a collective 250 years. We make history every day. So I don't think that if something maybe doesn't harken all the way back to colonial times, but if it's part of our history, I hope that we embrace it and celebrate it. And I'm sorry about dragging on, but we did have 2 meetings. The second meeting Sean attended, and we were at the high school with Michael Patelli. And Michael Patelli, the one thing that he wants to do to start things off, I said to him, he's involved in the theater group, he's involved in madrigals, but we talked about community service. He'll have some eager volunteers, but he won't be in front of them until school starts. And he won't be in front of them until the second week of September. So while he would have volunteers, sure, we could have them ready for maybe crowd control at Colonial Christmas. I don't know if we have them ready to be docents, but if we did docent training here, and if it was just specific to JVH, which is what my daughter did in middle school, then we could have them ready to be docents here for Colonial Christmas. So it wouldn't be county training, it would be JVH training.
Yeah, the 2 things that we got or are hoping to get from Bernard's High is students doing their service, community service, and it would either be in the role as a docent or work would be around here, but also in digitizing documents and whatnot. And that's another thing. Dan O'Brien room, Clarendon Library, if we have any artifacts and photos or whatever, or documents that we want digitized and cataloged, that's another thing that he can get worker fees for. Free charge. So, great.
And some of our ideas were for the township, our Historic Preservation Commission, because we do have a lot of things to be digitized. And in the Anne O'Brien room, we have some oral histories that still need to be transcribed. They're on tape. So we want the student volunteers for HPC.
That's great. Well, is there a connection we can make with the county docent program and new volunteers from Bernard's High? Since the county put all that time into the docent training.
We have about 6 people that were interested in helping us, and those are the people I usually email when we're having something coming up. So I think I did email them about Weekend Journey. I think I heard back from 2. And Marissa, the lady who organized the whole program, she's a good resource, and she's with the whole toolkits. So maybe she'd be willing to share some of the materials that she used to train those docents with these new students. I mean, we also have stuff ourselves, we have docent materials that I use for some of the volunteers I've trained in the past. Some of my junior volunteers, I'll give them bullet points, quick. High school's a little older, so they can probably handle more information, so.
I just didn't wanna reinvent the wheel, cause I know you spend
Yeah,
a
we-
lot of time doing the docent program.
I just don't know if it would work, if it would jive with our schedule for Colonial Christmas, and that's another thing we'd have to put on the schedule is docent training.
The line of Christmas is one of those all hands on deck kind of events. And so all the student volunteers will be involved in making sure that everything's, all the things that go on behind the scenes, day of the event, week before the event, that's where we can really use like there's a lot of tasks. Docenting is not the only volunteer thing. Yeah.
But there are other schools too that require service, I know Ridge has it, and, you know, kids are always scrambling to find community service time. And then in certainly for middle school, we prepare it for some of the need.
They can always, there's always something to do to help, we're open. And if they are interested in being docent, the best thing to do is just shadow with your leadership. But if they're here to help, they could just do whatever, and then if they're interested to shadow part of the day, they can.
Maybe
do that.
putting together a flyer,
You need to
tell it what it is.
I can touch base.
Yeah, we have, well, we have.
I gotta give these over.
Put together a good list there.
I can give you guys, so I can talk to you over there, so I'll take them.
That was it for 250.
All right, so 250.
Great.
250, do we have a vote, or is it just seems like, Wendy, you are a perfect fit?
Oh, you mean one person, well,
No,
we-
well,
Yes, she is.
Steve, be careful what you wish for.
Chair.
All right. You okay with it?
Yeah,
Listen,
little.
that's fine.
All in favor? Done.
You know, I'm good for boots on the ground, whatever you need. I'm next to the wall.
One vote done.
That's great. I'll let you,
Well, so I sent out this form to everybody. I sent out a couple of emails asking folks to give me your choices. I heard from a couple of people that indicated an interest to participate on some subcommittees, which is a little daunting at this time, but it's a good start. It's a good start. But we really do need someone to chair the meetings going forward. The term I guess will be through the end of December, and then as all township organizations organize in January, and we elect new slate of officers, and those times it's the same slate that continues for several years until someone says I'm done. But so we definitely need a chair to keep us all together. We need a vice chair. We need a treasurer, and we need a secretary. I heard from a couple people of who they thought might be interested in some of the key positions. Derek, your name came up several times for chair. I don't know if there's anybody else who's interested in being chair, but I know that name came up. Is anybody else interested in being the chairperson of the Jacobus Vanderveer House Commission?
I moved it, what's the nomination?
Derek, for chair, are you accepting?
I will accept, but I will let everyone know that I still am, fully engaged in work, and I work the monthly hours, and you'll find me here at 5 AM and here at 9 o'clock at night. I'm not afraid, but as long as we have good support, and it seems like we have a good group, I'm fine with that.
All in favor?
You say no to.
Okay. So I'm gonna skip vice chair for a moment and just go to treasurer. I think Craig is doing the transition. He seems like a logical person. Craig Sutherland. to do that?
I think that obviously, you know, he's satellite and he comes down when he can. But he has said that he is, through the transition and through finding someone, you know, that is a good fit for the commission.
So I think, again, this is just through December.
I'm just gonna throw just a little curveball at that.
Sure.
Craig has done an amazing job. And I know it's been a tough transition and he also doesn't live around here anymore. I mean, not only not around here, but almost to the, you know, Rhode Island border. We may be just asking a lot of him. I think I think he'll help us in any transition, but I think he needs to see who that transition is gonna go to. So I would almost suggest that we need to have even if we ask him to do that, we need to have kind of a 1A there to help him, because he's retired and he's moved away.
That means he's got more time. I'm only teasing.
And there's always room,
Yeah.
but
It's
this
just,
one is well taken, to start somebody doing this transition, it's gonna be.
well, so it's a little bit different too. In the past, the treasurer position for JVH had a lot of responsibilities, right? So now everything's gonna be run through the township. So we really have our township finance department that's gonna take a lot of the work. I mean, the friends are gonna say, well, I need this, we need to do this. They'll present stuff to the CFO at the township, and it'll be the township that'll process all the bill payments, unlike Craig. It'll be the township that'll put the financial reports together, unlike the treasurer at this particular time. So,
Well, it's countersigning oversight. I
Correct.
mean, your fellows treasurer finance Dylan, but there's a staff that pay the bills, pay that. But somebody that's kind of outside needs to be the countersigner and, you know, the witnesses to make sure that it's right.
so I just wanted to disclose that that's not tons of work.
Yeah. No, but I think you make a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, Craig has been at this. He's been at this for a while.
No, he deserves all the accolades, and I don't say it punitively, but I think he'd be looking to say, come on, man, I applaud
Steve,
Yeah.
do you want to be the treasurer?
you. I'm already down for something else here. But,
No.
That's not a very credible way.
They can't. Although Steve's been really sick before.
Right, you got it through the next level?
Yeah.
Okay, you know, so we'll put you down as treasurer?
As
Nominated.
the assistant.
That's good. That's right, great, so we're good? All right, again, so this will be through December, right? So
Perfect.
if we have Craig through December to transition Sue,
Yes.
Does that work?
Correct.
okay? All right, so. All right,
Is that, you're not gonna just get an email tomorrow with the jumping file things that.
okay, all right, so, so the nomination is now for Craig as chair and Sue as, vice chair, to take us through December, and hopefully that position will change and Craig will be off the hook and move forward. Does that work out well with everybody, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor? Great. Okay, secretary, and it's not gonna be me. I take meeting minutes for way too many boards and commissions, so if there's anybody that's interested in the secretary position to keep meeting minutes, and send out the meeting minutes, that would be different.
This is probably like what of the commission. Because prior to this, Stephanie did this, was a coordinator. And it's working with Paula, it's working with various people, so it's a big position. Something if you have time and you can keep on top and work with Paula and work with other folks as far as scheduling. You know, there's a various multitude of things that are involved, so if people have time, if you think you have time and you can be involved with that, then that'd be great.
Any takers?
Cynthia is really not.
Oh. right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm doing minutes now, kind of,
So it's important to know that it's not just.
it's not just minutes, it
No,
sounds like you were talking about.
It's just, I mean, it's working with Paula on school days, it's, you know, working hand in hand with, like in this case, Greg with the, you know, the grant. You know, there's various things that are involved there that,
Taken up by people in some of the other categories, we just have to do that before, right?
I agree.
Agreed.
Right. So if that's something that you think would be a fit, and look, this is if we might call it a dry run until December, you know, we're a couple months away. At least you get an idea if you're.
No, that's fine, but that question I sent to you, Robin, about, are these meetings being recorded since we're on Zoom?
So I did record these.
I was
The first one we
asking
did
that
not.
for a reason, because I do minutes. I just feel like everything I do is probably gonna be taken over by AI at any minute, so I wasn't sure if, you know, it's something to think about.
So we record these, there is a transcript that's.
Yeah, yeah.
Word for word transcript. We can post it on our YouTube channel so that it could be downloaded.
Okay,
So you could watch it and play it back. I mean, I did the meeting minutes for the township committee and several other committees.
well, that's not, I usually.
I refer to the video a lot, so.
The important things. from-
Exactly, that's all.
Make sure that the important stuff is.
It's just the actual item, because it's all you're recording, it's the actual item.
Yeah, okay, but not today, I'm not doing it today.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you, that's it. All right, so Cynthia, all in favor? Sure. All right. All right.
Each other when they leave.
This is a crazy treasurer. But,
Really.
we're-
For you.
All right, Derek, so you're now the chairperson, so you can do vice chair. You got. you do the
Vice chair.
for Vice chair. I didn't, nobody said they were interested in vice chair.
anyone-
Just apply, I'm sorry. Anybody interested in vice chair?
I know. I know.
So,
Very good.
I know.
I think that's a great idea.
Your name.
Yeah. As vice chair.
We need, Sean is a valuable worker bee. Believe me, he's gonna be busy enough. He might as well be vice chair like in expose. He. Look, I think when we all look around the room.
I'm gonna step in on this.
Before we get there, I think when we look around the room, there are, this organization or this commission is has some great opportunities to move forward and pursue our mission. But there's a lot of different elements to that, and there are billets that fill that position. So whether it be some of the founding members that have been kind enough to be back involved and get some momentum, but obviously there's a fit for everyone. So if it's something that your intentions are good and your execution is the same, then that's terrific. But these are billets, or these are positions that are going into December. So it actually is good. It'll give everyone an opportunity to get a better familiarity with each other and the positions and our mission and how we're moving forward, so. Norm, is that something you'd be interested in?
You realize that I'm a new guy.
Everybody's.
Yeah.
We're all gonna-
The new guy.
Norm?
Right in.
Norm, we can see.
Spring election, right?
You were thinking very wide. You, but, right, and provide ideas.
So now we've got those, we might as well go right into colonial circles. All right, so those folks who haven't been volunteered or volunteered themselves for a position on the board, we have Colonial Christmas, which, by the way, is a really special time here. For those of you that haven't been here during that time, the Friends previously have really turned out some great events. And I think that Jean, Robin, Leslie, Steve, and other folks that have been here before, attended these events and been part of them, they are really super special. It's a very, I have to say, it's a really great time in since it's early and around Thanksgiving, it really helps kick off the holiday for me, and the house looks tremendous, and it really is great. So we need someone for a chair and a co-chair for Colonial Christmas.
Co-chair. Co-chair. All right.
And Leslie Wilson.
Well, no, she gave you what? I said, don't be a fun work on your Christmas house. So, but we used to put on some pretty fabulous Christmas events, but we started planning them months earlier than this. So I don't know what the expectations are, but you gotta hear back because there's no time to do.
Right now, we don't have the expectations, we have a lot of support from here, and absolutely for me, with boots on the ground and whatever decorating, so.
I'm good at decorating. We'll sit down and put together, come up with a game plan
Great.
for Colonial Christmas.
We will figure out on our end prior to that communications, so we can start, be prepared to get that word out there more quickly rather.
It's not a general meeting. So everyone at this table has to come up with a list of people that they feel would attend. And, plus we go back to some of the, tried and true old friends. Some of them are still here, not many.
So that's a good point, so within the group, and this is not homework by any means, but when you come back to the next meeting, and if you can't do it before then, everyone put together a list of an email of 10 of your friends, 10 people, 10 of your friends that, this is not gonna be so often to them, but it's gonna be about New Jersey history and a great event here. And look, if we get 5 people from every one of the folks at this table right now, then it's gonna get them, it's all about the reach. It's all about the reach.
So I have a 6-year-old daughter married with kids, and she's actually on the board for the basketball next time it rolls around, which I'm not happy about, but never mind. But there's that whole age group, and I will personally send consent letter invitations to a chunk of that age group. And honestly, that's the group we've got to start appealing to,
Sure.
in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Because there's a future there. There's not a future in mine. Because I'm old. But there is a future for us in that age. And they have kids. So we'll bring the kids.
Right, and that's why it's important, I think, to grow those events to.
Yeah.
Family events during the day, and then try to figure out how to cross-pollinate those. That's terrific. Well,
Cocktail party for both. So you definitely
really, no, but really for our mailing list. So those folks will be on their mailing list.
future.
So we have events, we have a guitar player, we have whatever it is we're gonna do, and building up to the 250th. It's really about getting the word out there and how we, cross pollinate, whether it's Colonial Christmas, the 250th, Journey Through the Past. I mean, they're all just as valuable. They all just make this house, this address be, have energy. Well, that's great.
So we'll put a game plan together and then. present
Terrific.
it.
Yeah, and we'll work on we'll figure that, if everyone can put together, and listen, we say 10,
Do we have a budget?
if you have 5. We'll figure that out. I'll work on some sponsors for that as well. And if anybody has any contacts, we can check in with Auntie, okay,
But what pays for the programs that we've had in the last couple of years?
when we put them together through sponsorship. So
Okay.
we get a couple of, last one, P-PAC Bank, we'll generally, she's with Carney, but we'll ask Auntie, and I will, I try not to, I don't wanna hit donor fatigue, I'll hit a couple of folks on my end and see what I can put together with.
And I can check with, a couple, like Laura Claire or somebody, and see if we can
Yeah,
get her to do a tree or,
right,
yeah, I can, yeah.
we'll figure that out, but we can have a meeting offline for the phone of Christmas and start to put that together and get some homework together, but I'll work on getting some money together from different folks. I'll hit up some of the lumber yards and some of the material plants and stuff. If anyone else knows of anyone that might be interested in being a sponsor for Colonial Christmas or any one of these events, whether it be school day, Journey Through the Past, we can get a banner, we can do whatever, if we figure that out, to get into some of the, the numbers right now from a donation standpoint. I mean, anything anywhere from, $1,000 to $2,000 for any of these smaller day events. And then we can figure out from there, Colonial Christmas, we'll try to sort that out. Great. Any new business?
No.
All right. That's great. Motion to adjourn. We meet next. So if everybody doesn't mind, if we can meet, if we can still meet twice a month, and if you can't, if we can do it by Zoom or video, we have those abilities. But if you can try to make it to one of the events, that'd be terrific. But really, yes. That's fine, but if you can tap in or not. So we'll send a email out.
Adjourn. 7:32. Okay, I'm gonna use the contact information.
Yeah. Great. Good night, Ron.
Too much. Thank you so much. Or have a cell phone. I'll send you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.